If you've ever baked a cake before, you know the process of baking it is so enticing. The thought of its deliciousness is so great that you sometimes even forget to turn on the timer. And when you smell that burn, you know you've messed up. You wonder if there's a way to fix this. Maybe even a do-over? Well, yes and no. According to the second law of thermodynamics, you can't. But to Joseph Loschmidt's, you can. But why, you ask? Well, it's all a matter of perception. According to the second law, energy is changed through a mechanism known as entropy. Entropy changes from the lowest probability of change to the highest probability and increases as time moves forward in one direction. But what does cake have to do with it? Well, when you tragically burn the cake, I know, sob, it went through this exact process. The lowest chance of changing was when the cake was unbaked. As heat from the oven seeped through, that probability began to increase. So many things could have happened, like baking it on time, for instance, but burning it happened to be the most likely. Thing is, once it's burned, you can't undo it, no matter how hard you try. Not to Joseph Loschmidt's though. He had a different idea. According to him, this law violates the laws of physics itself. In physics, everything reverses thanks to time being symmetrical. Heat, which flows through time, can reverse too. Is it true though? It makes sense in the second law for things not to change. I mean, do you ever see ice cream freeze up in the summer heat? Still, we could test it out. Let's place a timeline that tracks the energy change that caused the cake to burn. Now let's pretend that an unknown force came and reversed that change at the same speed they occurred. It's back to normal, right? Not really. It does show something very peculiar though. Reversing this process had, instead of increasing entropy, decreased it to where it was originally. Basically, it never changed. But why? Scientists are still trying to figure that out. It's possible that the second law isn't actually a law, since it doesn't apply in all situations. Also possible that a new theorem may need to be made to help explain this paradox. Or better yet, maybe what Loschmidt's discovered is something entirely new that scientists have yet to discover. But one thing's for sure, Loschmidt's paradox definitely suggests the idea that maybe laws aren't absolute, that they too require more research before we fully comprehend them. But until then, you should probably bake another cake.